welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic.
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Vintage at the request of nobody. I'm just testing for the NYSE Open. I'm recording this about 4 days before that tournament. And Doomsday has become my #1 contender of decks I would like to play in that tournament if I can feel confident doing so. Basically, the big thing that has happened since I was so high on Oath is Dual Shops got a huge buff from Modern Horizons 3. And I'm not talking about Vexing Bauble, which some lists play, some lists don't. I'm talking about Sink into Stupor, which is a blue MDFC land that also has relevant text on it. Unlike Seagate Restoration, it's a spell that will actually come up. So the Jewel Shop's blue count and land count have both improved, and they've added interaction to the deck. Jewel Shops was Oath's worst matchup, and I just can't register a deck that is going to lose to Jewel Shops all day because I hate Jewel Shops. Luckily, Doomsday is really good against Jewel Shops, and it's also really good against Oath. Kind of a coin flip versus Lyris Saga, which I expect to be the other most popular deck. And I have some recent reps, and I'm going to see if I can make this work. The combo here is Doomsday. If you are completely new to Vintage or Eternal Magic at all, Doomsday, black, sorcery, search your library and graveyard for 5 cards, exile the rest, put them on top of your library in any order, you lose half your life, rounded up. Basically, stack your deck, it better win, is what this card says. Thassa's Oracle is how you win when you have no deck. Thassa's Oracle also combos with Demonic Consultation, shout out to the CEDH crowd out there. You just name a card that's not your deck, then your whole deck gets exiled, and then Thassa's Oracle wins. And basically the entire deck is built to do one of those two things. We have insane amount of card selection. Ponder, recently unrestricted, 4 copies of those. Preordain, 4 copies of those. We've got the Brainstorm and Ancestral Recall Gitaxian Probe that we're allowed to play. Both Delve Spells, Treasure Cruise, and Dig Through Time. Gush. Full 4 Street Wraiths. The whole point of this deck is to find a Doomsday, resolve it, and protect it. And that's what I'm going to try to do here. This is Doomsday, testing for NYSE Open. Let's get it. It's time for the 5th annual Oklahoma Land Run. This Eternal event is presented by Red Dirt Gaming and will take place July 25th through 28th, 2024 at Game HQ in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Thursday will have trials to win buys in the main events. Friday is the Eternal Team Trios for cash prizes. Saturday is the Legacy main event for a Mox Emerald. Sunday is Vintage main event for a Time Walk. Proxies are allowed for any reserve list card, plus Collector's Edition and Magic 30 cards are legal in all events. There's so much more going on throughout the weekend, including a High Roller Cube draft for Power 9 prizes, Old School charity event to benefit Extra Life, meet artists RK Post and Josh Hass. Check out the Land Run website for a full list of events. Get your spot today and make plans to attend 2024's Oklahoma Land Run. I'm on the play in round 1. I have both of my Moxen and Preordain, and I have Force Blue card. If I find a Dark Ritual, I have a turn 1 Doomsday. I'm going to keep this. Mox Sapphire, Preordain, Thassa's Oracle, Underground Sea. Definitely bottoming Oracle. I'll keep the Sea. Play Sea, play Jet, pass. Now any Black Source sends it with Flusterstorm and Force backup. Black Lotus, you got it. Black Lotus, pass. Oh no. What are you doing over there? Okay, time to reveal my deck. Cycle Street Wraith. I would rather try to do my thing than not do my thing. Okay, here we go. Doom. I can't jump the pile off here. Like, I can make the pile, and then I just have to pass. Okay, I'm going to force back because Flusterstorm doesn't beat Lotus yet. I've got another force pitching Tinker. Flusterstorm this one. They pitch Tinker and Metamorph. Okay, this is Jewel Shops. Yeah, okay. I mean, they didn't even want to take a draw step. That seems like a spew out of Jewel Shops. I don't know. I mean, they know their hand better than I do, but I have to pass here. I can't win right now. Sweet. Okay, Jewel Shops. We saw just enough to know that. Null Rod, Force of Negation, Steel Sabotage coming in. I don't think I want Shieldred, even though their deck does win by drawing lots of cards. Because they have Metamorph. If they copy Shieldred, they could just get into a weird game with me. I don't need basic island because they're not going to attack my mana. I tend to shave street wraiths in sideboard games. You still need some stuff to get your pile rolling. Oh, Flusterstorm is pretty bad too in this matchup. Like, it's bad against their deck, but it is good at protecting my cards from their counterspells. Leave in 2 Fluster, 1 Wraith, or I can move those numbers around. I think I'm okay with those numbers. I don't think I want to dress down constructs in this matchup. Dress down is more for initiative and hate bear kind of stuff. I don't want the game to go long enough for them to have constructs, is the thing. Okay, I'll keep this Force Hand. Mox Pearl, Mishra's Workshop, Vexing Bauble. Well, Mental Missteps, literally not getting better than that. Probably actually should have boarded that out, but it's cool that I had it. Okay, can I draw Doomsday right now and send it off Dark Ritual? Preordain. I can cast Ponder or Preordain, then I'm likely going to have to bitch the other one to Force. And Preordain has better control over what cards I see, but Ponder sees more cards. I think I want to see more cards right now. Okay, it sees Brainstorm. I'm very happy with that card. Brainstorm to my hand. Plan is to pitch Preordain to Force on their Jewel this turn. They've got 2 cards in hand. Down to 1. Okay, can we make this happen? Brainstorm, please find Doomsday. Alright, Force Steel Sabotage is pretty good, though. Put back Underground Sea and Misty Rainforest. Yeah, I think I'd rather hold up Steel Sabotage than do anything else here. I'm not in a hurry. I have double protection. I can fetch a Surveil land if they don't do anything. I don't care about Soul Ring. And I can fetch for the Undercity Sewers here. Scalding Tarn, I don't want that. Time Walk. I'm not really feeling desperate enough to Time Walk anything here. Black Lotus, Demonic Consultation. I don't want Lotus. I will take the Consultation. I can consult for a Doomsday and just hope I don't hit both Thassa's Oracles. I did preordain an Oracle to the bottom, but I have shuffled since then. Another Workshop. Okay, I think I want to consult for Doomsday in the end step, and then just try to win on my next turn. Consult. Doomsday, please don't kill me. 13 cards exiled. No Thassa's Oracles among them. The Gush is gone. Just Gush is gone. That's fine. Okay. Demonic Tutor. That card's good too. Dark Ritual. Doomsday. Okay. Thassa's Oracle. Ancestral Recall. Black Lotus. Do I want some protection in the pile or just a second Oracle? If I draw Ancestral, I have 4 cards left. I cast Ancestral, and then I win. It barely matters. I could take another Doomsday in case I need to send it again. But I don't have mana to cast that. Alright, Black Lotus. Does this even matter? I could just put a Force Will in the pile to be safe. This is fine with me. Oracle, Oracle, Force, Lotus, Ancestral. There they are. I can't start the pile, but I have double counterspell for their 1 card in hand. Unless they've pivoted onto some brain freeze technology, I feel pretty good here. Or Monolith ain't it. Okay, there's 1 card in their hand. Yeah, even like Ancestral Target Me doesn't do it. Like if they have Ancestral, I'm saying. Okay, Lotus. Blue, blue, blue. Thassa's Oracle. Even Time Walk if I have to get the other Oracle. Do they have the Sink into Stupor? They sure do. Force, pitching, Time Walk. I don't need to do anything at this point. I could have even let that resolve and just replayed the Oracle. That would have been the middle finger. Yeah, this just bounces it, and I had mana floating. Yeah, I should have just cast it. That would have been funnier. Had it covered a million different ways, though. A good start, since Jewel Shops was the deck I'm trying to beat.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I'm on the play in round 2 with a protected Ancestral Recall. I tend to keep hands like this. This is in a pass upkeep ancestral hand because I can't leverage an 8th card right now unless it's a Mox, and I only play 2 of them, Mox or Lotus. Ancestral me now. The old upkeep pause in Vintage, opponent know what's up. Yeah, I would have just had to go to discard here, but instead I have extra counter magic. Bazaar Baghdad, alright. The race is on. My hand is not well suited to it. What flavor of Bazaar are you? Looks like actual dredge. I don't think I fight this thing. I don't think I care. A land. I think I just want to time walk here, because every turn they're not dredging makes my life better. Treasure Cruise, okay. A Ponder, Brainstorm, and Dark Ritual. I like both of those cards. Luckily, Brainstorm lets me have them all. And then this Brainstorm can put back this Thassa's Oracle, though that is pitchable to force and gives me Consult as an out. I'm 1 mana short of Treasure Cruising this turn, sad times. I'm not going to be able to dig and cruise this game. I can put back one of those. Cruise has better selection. Or dig has better selection, but it's harder to cast, and Cruise gets more cards, but you don't get to pick what they are. I think I'm going to put back a land and dig through time. And then I'm going to fetch and play Preordain. Fetch. Underground Sea, cast Preordain. Street Wraith, no thank you. That's just life for a card that I could just decline and have anyway. Do I want to spend time pondering? No. I'm going to bottom ponder. I'm just trying to go faster here. My plan is to cast Treasure Cruise next turn. Let's hope I get it next turn. Upkeep, Bazaar activation. Creeping Chill, that hurts. 2 Creeping Chills. Your life total does matter when you are playing Doomsday, because Doomsday costs half your life. And I'm going at 8 here at minimum. There's no Cabal Therapies in here. I'm not even sure if they play it in current builds. I assume they do, but I know Dredge is always moving and shaking, trying new stuff. I am very dead on board here, so I need to win this turn. Oh no, another Bazaar. Okay, here we go. 2 chills have already been spent, which means they can't kill me with chills here. They can put me to 2, which is really bad, because then I can't fetch and play Doomsday. Doomsday that I don't even have, by the way. Okay, it looks like they drew cards trying to find interaction here. The things that could happen here are Force Blue card or 2 Mindbreak Traps. Those are what the number of cards that they have are representing. I think I should Dark Ritual and then cast Treasure Cruise. That lets me leave Ancestral in the graveyard, which I might need for my Doomsday pile. And I'm dead this turn anyway, so if I miss, I'm not saving anything for anything on this Dark Ritual. Okay, cool. We got there on Oracle. Sick. Okay. Glad I didn't brainstorm that away. Leave this out live in the deck. I can Oracle here with double counter backup. Thassa's Oracle. Can't wait to name Balls of Fire with this Demonic Consultation. Didn't need to float black. Already had 3. Okay, cool. They don't want to see my list. Great. Okay, cool. Got away with that one. Some good decisions were made, though. That wasn't like a steal. Leyline of the Void, obviously. Tabernacle, that's what these are for. Sheoldred does beat both fair Bazaar taps and Hollow One straight up as a creature. Sheoldred's in the maybe pile, but definitely all these cards. I think Force of Negation, all these Flusterstorms can come out. They have some spells in their deck, but only barely. Their spells are pretty important, but I still have some forces in. All my Force of Wills are still in. Oh, Misstep is worse than Flusterstorm. Though, is Flusterstorm better than Sheoldred? Should I even be trying to pivot like this? Probably not, but I'm still going to try it. Okay, here we go. I'm testing stuff, trying it out here. Okay, hey, Ancestral Recall with Force Backup hand. Unfortunately, we're playing against Dredge. I could still keep this. There is a Tabernacle in here somewhere, and I have multiple tutors to find it. Alright, I will try this. I feel like if I cycle Street Wraith before my first turn, I should get to put a Leyline in if I draw it. Do you think my opponent would go for that if I proposed it? They kept 6. Bazaar, activate. Yeah, they discarded a Force of Will. That's terrifying. Grief. I'm going to force their Grief. I don't want to lose a card here. my beautiful Ancestral Recall. Okay, they pitched Force to keep Grief rather than the other way around, unless they have another Force. That would be pretty upsetting. I'm going to start with Ancestral Recall because now my hand is small enough that I get to keep all the cards. Ouch, tough beats. I'll cycle Street Wraith in response. I don't think I can hit an out here because I have boarded out my misstep. Okay. Well, that was a very powerful, disruptive hand from my opponent to start the game off. Let's see if we can recover. They slow dredged a Narcomoeba, and that was the draw in their draw step. They forgot to upkeep, or just chose not to upkeep, or they have Mindbreak Trap that they're trying to keep in their hand, which they would have lost if they upkeeped. They got one Narcomoeba here. They dredged all 3 other Bizarre Bagdads. Wasteland, okay, that's the card they were holding back. All right, well, they are all in, and I have nothing going on. Black Lotus cast Shieldred, and that would actually be insane. Knock Sapphire. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 1 short on Treasure Cruise. Guess I'm gonna pass. They still only have the Stinkweed as a dredger at the moment. They hit Golgari Thug off that dredge. 2 Narcomoebas. And then they get to dredge the Imp again here. Imp hit Creeping Chill. Their hand is Imp. We're just looking at a straight up race. I know there's no interaction. I guess Shieldred kind of sucks because if they're dredging, they're not drawing. But Shieldred was specifically for the situation where I have Leyline and need to beat Hollow One. Ponder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm putting Ponder in the graveyard to fuel the Treasure Cruise. Doomsday, oh baby. 3, 4, 5, 6. If I fetch him at 8, there is an Icarid in the graveyard, so I basically have to Treasure Cruise into an ability to cast Doomsday and a cantrip, and I have to eat my Ancestral to do it. Okay, if Brainstorm hits Dark Ritual, we can actually do this. Brainstorm. Black Lotus counts as Dark Ritual. Okay, put back Leyline and Shieldred, and then we go. Doomsday. All right, I don't have Ancestral. I do have Gush. I need Lotus, Gush, Oracle. I'm going to be at 4. I can get Taxian Probe or Street Wraith again. Okay, they just conceded. Yep. Took every card down to the last turn, but we did it. On to the next round. Welcome to TopDeck.gg, your community's home for everything competitive Magic has to offer. If you're hosting an event, playing for a huge prize, or advertising your events to thousands of players, we've got you covered. Using intuitive pairing software, playing Magic is a breeze. Players just have to sign up online, then scan the QR code in-store. Give competitors the gift of perfect information as their bracket updates in real time. The self-reporting software saves you time and leaves paper match slips in the past. Leave the heavy lifting to TopDeck.gg so your community can relax and focus on playing Magic. I am on the play versus the great BPK, and I'm going to keep this hand. I can just try to win on turn 1, I guess. A Misty Rainforest, Black Lotus, Black, 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 Doomsday. That resolved, okay. I would like the Black Lotus back. And I would like an Underground Sea in the pile. Ancestral Recall. Thassa's Oracle. And can I cast Flusterstorm here? So the pile is put Ancestral on top, fetch Underground Sea, draw the other 3 cards. And I would have exactly enough to do this. Okay. Done. A Oracle, Lotus, Underground Sea, Fluster, Ancestral. Draw a card. Fetch. Ancestral myself. Ooh, got me with that. Okay. Well, I might just lose here. If I draw out my pile, I could still cast the Oracle eventually, but I lose to Wasteland straight up. There's the Oracle. City of Brass. Okay. There's the Lotus. I believe I just wait until my pile is done. I lose to opponent's Ancestral. I lose to something like Brain Freeze. Multiple Cities of Brass over there. What are you doing, BPK? Okay, Black Lotus. Play my land for good measure. Blue, blue, blue. Oracle. I definitely lose to Dress Down. I can't fluster that. Oh, a third mana. Oh, is this Nimble Obstructionist? There's no lures revealed. Intuition. I think I let this resolve and then fluster whatever it gets. Like, what are we doing here? If this gets 3 forces, I'm still fine. If this gets 3 endurances, you fucking got me. Okay. You can have a force. Force pitching Flusterstorm. Fluster your force. That's most of the forces taken care of. What's left over there? Hasn't conceded yet. Mindbreak Trap in the main, you sicko. Alright, yep. You got me. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That was a triple free interaction hand, and that's what it took to beat me. You got it. Okay, we're against some generic blue deck with City of Brass and Intuition in it. I think I just want to put Shouldered in my deck, and then no other cards. I didn't see any creatures, but what are you casting with those Cities of Brass, if not creatures? Yeah, I don't know. He's got me with the Brewer's advantage here. I guess I'm just going to bring in Shieldred for a Street Wraith and call it until I know more. I will keep this hand. I like the information that Gadaxian Probe affords me. I can Mystical for Dark Ritual if I feel like that's necessary. Alright, so we're some sort of Underworld Breach deck. Mental Misstep and Hull Breacher present in the pile. Okay, I'm going to cast Ponder before this Hull Breacher shows up. If you want to misstep this, it's fine. Ooh, okay. I like Necropotence. I like that I have 3 black sources here. Yeah, I will just keep this pile and pass. Tropical Island. Mox Jet. Okay, I draw Undercity Sewers this turn. The Sewers can get rid of the Necro, a card that I don't actually want. And then I get Street Wraith now before Hull Breacher is castable. And now I have to beat Hull Breacher. This is going to be challenging. I'm going to Mystical Tutor. He's probably going to misstep it, but if he doesn't, I'll just get Force of Will. Okay. Yeah, I'll get Force. And didn't Hull Breacher in the upkeep. Cast this Doomsday. Have you drawn another counterspell? Yes, indeed, you have. It's okay, because I have another Doomsday. And this handful of 3 drops is the perfect time to make them spend 1 mana when they have 3 available. The Flusterstorm also explains why Hull Breacher didn't come into play. Caracas. Okay, there's 1 unknown in the hand right now. Okay, I'm going to fetch before I Doomsday. Do I even want a Doomsday? I could just Time Walk here. Nah, I want a Doomsday. I assume Intuition plus Breach is a win somehow. It's not that hard to make that happen. Okay, here's the Hull Breacher. It becomes challenging to get through a Doomsday pile if Hull Breacher is in play. Do I have anything that can select for cards? Necropotence can. Yeah, this deck is all drawing. I'm trying to think if there's a pile that lets me keep my Time Walk. Alright, I'm just going to force the Hull Breacher. Okay, Doomsday's going to resolve, and then we'll see if it actually wins the game. Okay, Ancestral, Black Lotus. Do I even need Black Lotus? I have a lot of mana. Oh, Ancestral, if I put both Oracles in the pile, and then a Force and a Flusterstorm, but Force doesn't matter. Oh wait, they have Mental Misstep, and I know that, so I have to get Gush instead of the other one. Gush, Oracle, Oracle, Street Wraith, Black Lotus. So this pile, I draw Gush, blue, Gush, 4 cards left in my deck. Cycle Street Wraith, 1 card left in my deck. That's still not a full solve. I don't need Black Lotus. The Gush picks up the land. Oh, I can put the Undercity Sewers back down, so that is a full solve, but it's unprotected. Take a Flusterstorm for the road. Okay. Yeah, this can be my pile. Then Oracle, Wraith, Fluster, Gush is the stack, and pass. Hope I don't die. We know they can at minimum Intuition for a bunch of forces. Tundra. Oh, this probably wins right now. The 5th Mana Source gives you Intuition into Breach. I can't imagine I win here. Just literally just put Brain Freeze in the Intuition pile and I can't win. Yep, here we go. I guess you need more than that because there's not enough cards. Like if the Intuition pile is Brain Freeze, Lotus, blank, I just have to give them the blank, like literally whatever it is. Yeah, Time Walk solves it, I think. Does it? Yeah, because next turn you can... Okay, yep, that is the solve. Okay, yep. I trust Brian not to mess this up, and he did not. Just trying to decide if I even want to play this out, or are we good? If I give him Lotus, that's exactly enough to brain freeze. Okay, yep. Exactly did it. GG's. Interesting deck, as always, out of Brian PK. On to the next round. The BoshNRoll channel is proudly partnered with the Resleevables.
Good. All right, here we go, gang.
In this YouTube series, hosts Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan take us on a set-by-set journey through the good, the bad, and the ugly of Magic's history. Each episode is a focused deep dive into the facts about a set's design and release, the Magic lore expressed through the cards in that set, Tournament Edition gameplay videos featuring products and Pro Tour decks of the era, an award show that shouts out the best and weirdest cards of the set, and a final grade for the set's overall success. Whether you want a history lesson or a nostalgia hit, The Resleevables has it at youtube.com/theresleevables. On the play for round number 4, I will keep this hand with Preordain in it, and some interaction. Hope they're not a wasteland deck. And no, I will not fetch my basic. Do you see these dark rituals? Cool. Doomsday Mox, like the literal stone nuts, top. I can Doomsday next turn and Flusterstorm to protect it. I will have to pass, but this is a double protected Doomsday starting next turn. Saga, Emerald, Ruby. Here we go. Opponent's playing real vintage. Phyrexian Revoker. You son of a biscuit. Okay, I can let this thing resolve and just trust my Force of Will to get it done. Yeah, Mox Sapphire sucks anyway. Mox Sapphire does not suck, but Phyrexian Revoker would not be in a deck that I need Flusterstorm against, and I might need Force of Will. Dark Ritual, Doomsday. Okay, so they might have Wasteland, which is a card I will lose to. Do I just hope they don't, or is there a way to play around it? Ancestral, Lotus, Oracle. Do the other cards even matter? I'm going to 9 when Doomsday resolves. They can attack me to 7. I Force of Will one thing, I'm at 6. If they just Wasteland, I die to the constructs and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so Oracle, Lotus, Ancestral. I guess just an island does more than the second Oracle does. Island on the bottom, Oracle, Probe, Lotus, Ancestral. Alright, if they Wasteland me, I have to survive 1 extra turn. If they don't Wasteland me, I have a Force Protected win next turn. Not a Wasteland. Good news. If they proactively revoke Black Lotus, I have to force that. I have to force that too. Force Pitching Fluster. Please don't have another one of those. I'm not ready. Fuck my life. Okay. Well, the good news is... What is the good news? There is no good news. I'm just dead. Said triple lock piece. Kill me. Alright. It's no good news. If I had a cantrip in my hand, I would have forced the Revoker, but I didn't. And now if they tutor Vexing Bauble... Or no, because Sphere steps on Vexing Bauble. That doesn't matter. There's probably some stupid thing here they can get. Even if it's just like Soul Ring for mana and some other lock piece. Yep. And there's no way for me to convert this Dark Ritual into a mana. Okay, well, that's embarrassing. Yeah, they just had all the cards. What are you going to do? Okay, Force of Negation comes in. Steel Sabotage comes in. Probably Cut Down in some capacity. Wraiths can come out in some small number. Gitaxian Probe is like a Wraith, except it costs mana, but it's also blue. I don't think I actually want Cut Downs in. Yeah, I'm just going to go like this. I'm not bringing in Null Rod because I think that is a trap that a lot of people don't understand about vintage shops, is that it can frequently play its own Null Rods, and shutting off artifacts barely matters. I will keep this hand even though it's not the blazing start that I want. It does have a Force. Mental Misstep could afford to not be in the deck, but it's blue for Force, keeping that blue count up. Trying to set up a good turn 2 here. I have Ponder, Shuffle, and Street Wraith to move cards around. Sapphire, Ponder, Probe, Doomsday. Okay. Well, I can probe them and draw the Doomsday. and then determine if I need this Force of Will or not that's underneath it. I've got a card I've never read. When this enters the battlefield, you get the initiative. Tap, add a colorless. If you have the initiative, add 2 colorless. Exile cards from the top of your library until you hit a non-land. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Activate only if you've completed a dungeon. Okay, that card sounds like a mess. Phyrexian Revoker can name Sapphire. There is a Wasteland in this hand. Okay, so I'm going to pass here and see what they do. There's also a Stone Brain in the hand. Concerns everywhere. Sapphire, that was the draw, which now they can double spell, which their original hand could not do. Great. I think I have to force Sphere here more than anything else. I guess if they lead on Stone Brain, they can play and activate Stone Brain. I think they should have hit this Mox from me. I don't think I counter Stone Brain on turn 1. Oh no, they can't activate it with Shotman anyway. Alright, never mind. That card sucks. Until next turn. I think Sphere is where I have to put my counterspell. Phyrexian Revoker. That turns off Sapphire, that's fine. Oh, they just turned off their own Sapphire if they name it though. They didn't float. They didn't float! If they name Sapphire, I won't have to counter anything. They could proactively name Lotus to hit my pile, but that is actually a huge mistake. They did name Black Lotus, pivoted off. They can Stone Brain me next turn. I think I want to fetch for the Undercity Sewers and see if I find a black or a Dark Ritual. Ponder. Ponder could find Ritual. I guess Ponder's better than a random card. I'll put that on top, and then I'm going to force the Sphere. I am, of course, concerned about the Stone Brain, but if I ponder into Dark Ritual, I just win. Ponder. Oxjet. That counts. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I don't just win. I will have to pass. Oh, they could Stone Brain Thassa's Oracle. Shit. This is impossible. I can't win. What are the words on this card? God damn it. Alright, we've lost to that. Fuck. This is why we test. I don't know how to do anything. There's no blue card in my hand, so I can't like put Force of Will on top of the pile. And my Black Lotus is off. Oh wait, I can put Gush on top of the pile. Okay. I can force blue card. Okay, black, Doomsday. No, I think we're okay. Okay, alright. This is why we test. Just panicking for no reason. Oracle, Gush, Force of Will. I need some random blue card I won't miss. I could take Force of Will and Force of Negation. And what will get me through my pile next turn? Just some cantrip or Time Walk. What does this pile do? I put Gush on top, I cycle into it. That puts me to 5 life, they attack me to 3. Gush draws Force. I draw for turn, it's Time Walk, I Time Walk into Oracle. Yeah, it's as good as anything, I guess. And Gush is busted. Oracle, Walk, Force, Gush. Okay, I'm gonna pass. I don't have a land drop available. If they wasteland me, I can Gush in response. Oh shit. Oh shit. Wait, no, it's fine. It's fine. I was supposed to Street Wraith because if they wasteland me in response to Street Wraith, I can't Gush, but that's their mana to activate Stone Brain, so it doesn't matter. Alright, cycling Street Wraith in response to that. And then Gush. Oh, yeah, that was almost a mistake. I'm learning a lot right now. In the most stressful way possible. Welcome to Doomsday. I can't believe I'm thinking about playing this at a real tournament soon. Force of Negation, the Stone Brain. Let's hope that one unknown card in their hand isn't a banger. I can beat a Sphere. I can beat a second Revoker. Okay. Can I beat a second Revoker? Oh no. If they name Sapphire... Oh shit. Have I died? Have I died? Yeah, because Sewer comes into play tapped. I've lost. Holy shit. What a ridiculous set of draws my opponent has had this game. I mean, also they're playing great. But yeah, if I had, more life. They can also wasteland me before I go into the Time Walk turn. Shit. Yeah, alright. Well, good job. Nice job drawing a relevant card you could cast, I guess. Alright, well, all saltiness aside, they did have good names off Revoker. I did navigate a pile that beat the cards I knew about. I just needed them not to draw a relevant card. Like, I beat Trinisphere, I beat Sphere of Resistance, I beat so many things here. I don't beat Phyrexian Revoker. This Wasteland actually has me beat, even if this Undercity Sewers is a Untapped land. Yeah, wow. That was really just perfect. Okay, on to the next round. I'm on the draw for the final round. Positive record on the line. I will keep this hand. It's very powerful. I hope I don't get locked out of the game on turn 1. Box Sapphire. Rainstorm. Okay. A Black Lotus follow-up. Okay. This doesn't feel good about my chances of getting a turn. Okay, they stopped. I'll match that with a Black Lotus of my own. Okay, blue, blue, blue. Ponder. Just looking for this Doomsday. Shuffle this handful of interaction and lands. Those are things I already have. This Oracle, not what I'm looking for. Preordain. Opponent said in the chat, no Island Ponder go. I don't know where this happened. Island Ponder keep is the catchphrase, not Island Ponder go. Sometimes I have other spells. And this hand clearly had Island and Ponder in it, so y'all can quit your nitpicking. Okay, Preordain to the bottom, Demonic Tutor on top, and I'll pass. Tundra, okay, still no Lurrus. I realize I've played against 0 Lurrus in 5 matches, which seems impossible. Normally the number is 5. There's Green Man in the pool. Nadu, okay. Well, we might be dead to this, but it resolves. Nomad's Encore, this is going to be challenging to defeat. They can flip 4 cards right now, and then they can flip another 4 cards on my turn. They flipped a Mana Consultation, that's a card you have? Jesus. Alright. This deck does excite me, though. Tundra's in play. Oh, okay. We're just getting Cephalid Breakfast. Breakfastisted. Alright, I mean, I can counter a Dread Return. Treasure Cruise in their hand. Here we go. Mox Emerald drawn off of that. And they could just cast Cabal Therapy as they mill into it. But let's hope they mess up. I don't know. Very cool deck. Very cool, powerful start from the deck as well. Oh, interesting. They've pumped the brakes like a coward. All right, I don't know my top card right now. I'm going to get Undercity Sewers and try to select for something here. Taxian Probe. I'll put that on top. And then Nomad stuff is going to happen in my upkeep. Fill that hand. Mill that deck. Flipped a Lavinia. Milled a Force and a Gataxian Probe. Flipped a Misty Rainforest. Milled a bunch of other shit. Flipped another Illusionist. Flipped a Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Yeah, I can't really beat this Lavinia next turn if they cast it. Okay, let me see your hand. Basically have to rip Doomsday right now. Like, I need their hand to be empty, and I need to rip Doomsday. Neither thing is true. What can I Demonic Tutor for that helps? Nothing. Yeah, my Lotus is already spent. I need Doomsday, not Lotus. Okay, you win. Alright, powerful stuff. Leyline of the Void stops one of their things. Cut Down doesn't kill Nadu. It does kill Lavinia, though, a thing that we saw. Mental Misstep does hit Nomad's Encore. Flusterstorm counters their counter magic, but it doesn't counter their engine. I don't think I'm really trying to mess with their graveyard. I think just Cut Downs for the Hate Bears, Force of Will for the Nadu itself. Is this a Shieldred Juke? Is this a Dress Down? Dress Down doesn't stop Nomad from doing its thing. Okay, I'm bringing in Shieldred. Let's go. Okay, hand with some selection and counterplay. I will keep it. One thing that I am paying attention to is if I should be mulling more aggressively. Certainly against that Chops matchup last round, maybe I should have just grabbed a hand that sends it. Okay, we've got 2 forces, but only 1 blue card. I can cast Doomsday if I find a Ritual or a Lotus here. Preordain, hook me up. Oh, well, there's a Ritual, but my Preordain was my blue card. I think I'm going to bottom Consultation, draw Ritual, play my land, and hope to draw a blue card next turn. Yeah, that was a disappointing payout. I got what I wanted, and it still wasn't good. True Taxi Probe. Okay, they know exactly what they need to play against now. Only I'm supposed to do that in a game. Moxjet, Urza Saga. Come on, blue card. Any blue card at all. We did it. Dark Ritual. Doomsday. That probe they cast was a little bit of a risk because they had force blue card when they probed, and if the probe drew a card that isn't blue, then they are kind of exposed here. Let's see. Did they draw the blue card? I needed a blue card. Looks like they did. Pitching Illusionist. Alright, well, we're fucking dead. Cool. Okay, pass. I may be enjoying this deck less than I thought I would. Obviously, it's kind of a weird run against a bunch of fringe decks. It's not the top of the metagame that I expect at NYSE, but also like I have to beat fake decks too. And that's supposed to be one of Doomsday's strengths, is you just beat up on every deck that's not top of the metagame. And I'm not delivering on that promise right now. I cut down the first construct. I'm not going to cut down the second one because I am more worried about Lavinia at this point. I'm not going to fetch either because I need my Undercity Sewers. If they get Pithing Needle on this board, like whatever, power to you, I guess. Juco, yep. Didn't think so. There's the other Saga. All right, how about one of my powerful card draw spells? Mystical Tutor is someday. Can I afford to take a turn off? They bash me for 5 next turn. I'm Mystical for Ancestral. This seems so bad, but also at the same time, I have many worse draws than this. I don't think I'm going to take this. I think I need to got there. Rewarded with a card that sees more cards immediately, including Dark Ritual Doomsday. Okay, how can I use this best? I will take the Ponder. I'm going to cast that Ponder as well. Put the Doomsday in my hand. Am I just dead here? I think I'm just dead. Like, this doesn't even win the game. What am I doing? Yeah, these constructs are going to kill me whether I Doomsday or whether I don't Doomsday. Okay, I don't think I'm good enough at Doomsday to play this in a serious tournament. Back to the drawing board. I'll be looking at Time Vault decks, whether it's Esper or Grixis, to be determined. They know my card in hand doesn't draw a card. I'm dead to the onboard constructs. If I Doomsday and make a pile, yep, just dead. Bummer, tough beats. Okay, the purpose of this league was testing and exploration, and after a very good start, beating 2 top meta decks, I lost to a bunch of 2 completely fake decks, and then 1 kind of lower in the meta top 10 in Prison Shops, and then BPK, whatever that was, plus Nadu. I see people sometimes fall into the trap of like, oh, well, those weren't real decks. I don't need to do that. Leagues are noise. That doesn't count. But it does count because this is vintage and decks are powerful and you really want to beat random bullshit. If somebody shows up to something like the NYSE Open to win a Black Lotus and pays $500 entry and decides to register Nadu Breakfast, you have to be able to beat that, regardless of how sound that financial choice was for them. I think I could have mulliganed more aggressively. I think I need to talk to some people to learn how to sideboard. I am also honestly super worried about making piles fast enough in paper because you can't just sit there for 6 minutes to make sure your pile's perfect and beats a bunch of stuff. The core piles are very easy in Vintage, but then when it gets, like when you exiled your Ancestral Recall to Treasure Cruise already, and you have to make a pile that has to go without Ancestral, or you see that they're holding Flusterstorm and you have to make a pile that beats Flusterstorm. Those things become complicated, and I think this league might have just talked me off this deck, even though I do think it rules. I have some work to do here. I will either study Doomsday more or just come up with a different deck to play. Obviously, you're all seeing this from the future, so by the time you see this, you will have known what I registered for that tournament and if I did well or not. But right now, Doomsday just went down in my estimation, and probably not Doomsday's fault. It's largely my fault, and I'm not sure if it can be corrected in the 3 or 4 days I have until this tournament. Good testing session. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and I'll see you next time.